Good morning, traders. This is Cloud Chartist. I just thought I'd make a quick video on Crude since we are selling off this morning. So you may remember if you've seen my other videos that this is my weekly chart. I drew this neckline, identifying this inverse head and shoulders type pattern, quite messy inverse head and shoulders type pattern. And we can see that indeed what happened is we tested that trend line surprisingly to the tick and sold off. Sort of interesting because it's a higher level than this prior trend line test. So somebody else must see that trend line as well, or many other people might see that trend line. So anyway, we're selling today, so I wanted to make a video about some potential levels of support we can look for. On the weekly time frame, we can see that we can mark this gap here. I call that an open body gap. It's the gap between, sorry, I'm having functional problems. It's a gap between the two bodies of the candles here. So that could be a potential area of support as we come down on the weekly time frame. So that specific level of the top of, and by the way, this is called a window in Ichimoku terms, this gap. The parameters of the window are the close of this candle 48.66 and the open of this candle, which is 48.25. So 48.25 would be the true gap fill for this gap, this window. Then we have the Tenkan Sen down below at 47.31, also offering support on the weekly time frame if we do continue selling. All right, let's look at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you see that we have cloud support potentially coming into play. Cloud support is also happens to be at the same level where this prior resistance occurred, which was also prior support. So interesting level that is at 49.26. Then we have support at the gap window that I previously mentioned, which happens to also be confluent with the Tenkan Sen at 48.62. So you can look at those levels as well. Looks like we actually have a little gap here. Let's see, 48.98. And yeah, we have a small gap here between these two daily candles as well, so we can mark that. It's quite small. There's the opening bell. So that gap fill would be down at 48.98, and the top of that gap would be at 49.07. So we can look at those potential levels for support as well. If we move on to the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour we're still bullish, but we've lost the Tenkan Sen. So we're coming down. We could potentially find support at the Kijun Sen, which is currently located at 48.95. If we lose the Kijun Sen, then there's a good chance that we'll test the cloud, or we could just continue moving sideways and find rising cloud support later. And I'll just look at that hourly real quick. The hourly chart, you can see a head and shoulders pattern here, and we've lost the cloud support, so we're technically bearish on the hourly time frame. If we want to actually mark this head and shoulders, I'm just going to do it quickly. It's pretty tough to find the neckline. This is not quite right. If you don't know how to define head and shoulders patterns, I'm just drawing a neckline across the left shoulder, or neck, right shoulder, but this technically invalidates the pattern, so I don't actually have time to really get it perfect. Could probably get a little bit better. See, then we miss this area. So it's not really an accurate head and shoulders, but it might still work. So the only reason I'm doing this is I'm looking for a measured move. So the measured move would be down to this area, like 49.50 area. this potential. And then we have on the 30-minute time frame, actually a pretty also similar to the hourly time frame, bearish. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that something was helpful there, and thanks for watching. And if you're interested in learning more about Ichimoku, check out my website at cloudcharts.com. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to be notified of when I release a new video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again. Have a good day.